Hello. How's everybody doing? Says we're good. Says we're live. Sorry about the delay there. Ooh, I was working 50 minutes ago. Pretty crazy. All right. Getting my YouTube up. Hey, look at that. A notification. How are we all doing? Kind of a crazy day. Hey, we have 4 likes. Make sure you guys drop a like, maybe to help the stream out if you're watching along. I'd appreciate you. What's up, Sean? What's up, Spears? What's up, Vincenzo? Yeah, we got a doubleheader tomorrow. Tigers got canceled twice due to rain, so we get 2 tomorrow. I'll be able to do some of the first game, which is pretty nice. We're not just talking about football. We can talk about whatever. It's just general sports. I have this up as a background because there's like a few football things I do want to talk about. Obviously, Rashee Rice, Stephon Diggs, Marcus Mariota for a little bit, mainly just to make a quick joke. 12-3, I think so. 12 and then 30 minutes after the next game. No, you're good. What's up, Chris? How's it going? We didn't really stream last night, so no worries. You didn't miss anything. Make sure everyone drops a like. Help the stream out. Oh, yeah, I was going to bring that up, Sean. I already have that ready to go. Hold on. Copy link. Yeah, hold on. I was going to pull up something. Sean, what is your team doing? What is this? I did the numbers between these guys too. They went a combined 20 for 32, 23 RBIs. They had 5 strikeouts. They walked 4 times. I'm guessing that these are numerous home runs. One of these guys went 5 for 7 with 10 RBIs. That's Kerstad. Holiday went 4 for 6 with with 2 walks, and they won 26-11. Dude, it's just. What's up, Phil? No, I don't think predicting that they were going to move on from Diggs is ever crazy. It's just one of them things where it's always like, are they going to trade Diggs? We'll talk about Diggs in a minute. Yeah, this is the AAA teams. Yeah, if the Bills don't pick up another receiver, they might be in some trouble. Khalil Shakir and Curtis Samuel. Curtis Samuel's very underrated, but he doesn't instill like a major bout of confidence in me. I haven't heard nothing on Gilmore. He's probably waiting to sign. He's probably a post-draft signing. Yeah, this is a crazy score. This is why everybody said that there's zero reason for some of these guys to be in. Like, none of these guys should be minor leaguers. But the Orioles have such a problem where they have to trade people. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do because they have a genuine problem here for the for the Orioles. These guys do not belong in AAA. They are learning nothing. Yeah, these 5 guys, what are they getting down here? Nothing. Especially this dude. Holiday and Kerstad, they belong nowhere near this. Gotta get I'm gonna show y'all how. What's up, man? How's it going, Cameron? But yeah, that was just a fun little thing that I seen earlier, and I was like, Jesus, dude. Stowers hit 3 home runs. That makes sense. Sean, all right, we're gonna jump over to the thing everybody wants to talk about now. Stephon Diggs got traded to the fucking Texans. So I don't know how much you guys like to follow along with like the offseason drama. Oh, Keith, yeah, they're future baseball. Like, if they just want to trade away most of their starters, they can do that and like be a top team. Dude, the Orioles are cracked. They could trade and get pitching. Hey, Sean, is it crazy for me to predict that the Tigers and Orioles execute a trade and you guys get one of our pitchers at some point. However, we take one of those young stars down there. I don't think that's crazy. When was Bailey main eventing? I don't think Bailey and them were ever main eventing. The main event of WrestleMania is going to be The Rock, and yeah, that's always been set. No, I don't think it'll be Screwball. You guys could probably get like fucking Matt Manning, and that'd help out your future team for a while. But anyway, yeah, the Diggs stuff. Jets winning the AFC East. Diggs isn't overrated. Lynn had 50 points for the Pistons. Jesus. I mean, it's plans change, Chris. Do you think Bailey versus Io Sky is a bigger match than The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, or Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes? Which do you think draws more money? You got to think like the how the business works, right? What's going to sell more? One of the greatest wrestlers of all time, with one of the greatest modern wrestlers of all time, with one of the most popular wrestlers of all time, with like the modern Heartbreak Kid with Seth Rollins. I don't know. I don't know what sells better. I know Bailey's one of the greatest women's wrestlers, and so is Io, but like they can go penultimate night 1 or night 2. Diggs is 2 years old. Yeah, Diggs is childish, but what's up, Ian? Ian, do you not watch any TV? Do you not watch any scripted television? Tigers and Guardians rule the AL. That's very true, Max. The Browns. Browns have arguably one of the best defenses in the NFL. They've only bolstered their receiving corps. I don't know. They could win that shit. It really just depends on the play of Deshaun Watson. Houston could. Well, movies. How is wrestling different than a movie? Or any scripted show or anything different. It's just a little like there's like sports tied to it. Browns would beat the Bills by 20 if they signed if they played right now. Yeah, I would agree to that. I honestly thought maybe Diggs would have gone to Carolina because of Dan Morgan. No, Diggs wanted to go to Texas. I think he's from there. Yeah, you guys will probably draft too. Why do you not like Diggs? Are you just mad, Spears? Well, okay, so like late last night, like Robert Griffin III started talking all this shit about how like Josh Allen wouldn't be as good if he had not gotten Stephon Diggs, which is very true. I think Josh Allen literally credits Stephon Diggs for a lot of his success in his career. I guarantee the number one person who's the most upset about Diggs getting traded is Josh Allen. You can go like literally, that's his like home run guy. He's from Maryland. I think his family all lives in Texas now, though. It's kind of like how technically Tyreek Hill isn't from Miami, but he claims Miami is where he's from. I think the Diggs family claims Texas now. I won't swear to that, Chris, but well, I think they also just moved down there. Texas is a little bit nicer than Maryland. Diggs made Allen, to be honest, Allen. So yeah, dude, we all know it. Like they showed up. Wait, hold on. Where is Stephon Diggs from? I swear, I thought he was from like. Hold on. Where's his birthplace? Let's see. Oh, he's from Gettysburg, Maryland. Yeah, he lives there. He lives in Maryland. He lived anyway. Probably lives in Texas now. But a lot of people live where they claim. Like Tyreek Hill's been living in Houston or Miami for most of his life now. Isn't Keith a fan of like the Bengals? Anyway, well, with Diggs, he was traded. Like there was some drama that broke out late last night, and it was basically RG3, and then someone commented like, "Would Diggs, would Allen still have? Would Diggs still be a like where he would Diggs still be Diggs without Allen? 100%. Would Allen be Diggs without Diggs?" And he said yes. This was a guy trying to say like, they're both very good players and they just happened to find each other and it helped each other tremendously. And I kind of agree with that a little bit. I think it takes a few years for quarterbacks to develop sometimes. And Josh Allen is the perfect example. Mac Jones is the perfect counterexample. Sometimes in that first 3 years, some shit happens. Yeah, no, I tend to agree with that. But then out of nowhere, Stephon Diggs popped in and said, "Are you sure about that? Or are you sure?" That to one guy who made one thing and basically he called out the person who said, "Oh, they're both really good. They didn't really need. Nobody made either one." Yeah, actually, Watson does have some good leadership. He did some dumb shit off the field, but before he did that, he's, and I'm sure now everything's chill. He's one of the few things you can say about Watson. He's very good in a locker room. That team is very loyal to Deshaun Watson. It's crazy. The intangibles that dude has. He's kind of a weirdo, certified weirdo, Deshaun Watson. But the dude is very good at what he does, like on a football field. But yeah. So and then Diggs was traded this morning. I had seen that the Pagula family was at the stadium late last night. Apparently, they were at like Bill's headquarters late last night. So I was like, "Oh, that means the trade's coming." And then Diggs was traded. So basically, Houston gets a fifth and a sixth, a fifth round pick this year and a sixth next year. They lose a pick in 2025. They lose a second round pick. The Bills get a second round pick this year from Minnesota. There's like this weird bunch of shit happening with this trade. It's a little too complicated. I don't feel like looking into all of it. But basically, that's how it all breaks down. Vikings somehow get a second. Texans lose a second next year. They get Stephon Diggs in a fifth and a sixth, and the Bills take on $31 million in dead cap. So, however you may want to look at this, Spears may be onto something here, and we're all kind of like, they just dumped one of the better receivers in football and took on 31 million dead cap. So that means there's a problem going on. And they didn't really take much in compensation. They didn't, well, I mean, technically they got a second round pick, so that's pretty good. But imagine the Browns were to be in the East instead of the North. They'd have a good, yeah, they'd win the AFC East if they were in it. They'd 100%, Keith. I agree. Yeah, 100%. It wouldn't even be close. How every team in the NFL is upset knowing how cheap Diggs went for. Oh yeah, fucking dude. Every quarterback should be pissed knowing Diggs went for a fucking nothing because the pick came from Minnesota. It was always going to be a second round pick for Diggs. There's some weird thing in the trading where Minnesota was on the hook. I don't know. It was a second round pick that came from Minnesota. Maybe the Texans had the Vikings second round pick and traded it. I don't really know how that activated like that. Yeah, dude, the Texans now have an offense that features Joe Mixon at running back, obviously Stroud at quarterback. I didn't need to really say that. They're returning Dalton Schultz at tight end. They have Tank Dell, Nico Collins, and now Stephon Diggs. Even if Diggs isn't like the guy, like the go-to guy, he's still one of like those receivers that are gonna like draw almost the entire attention of the defense, making like Tank Dell wide open in the slot, making Nico Collins a lot more open on the outside. So this is one of them trades where it's like, oh, Houston suddenly. I don't know. They just didn't have anybody besides those two, though. I don't think at 30, one? Me and Diggs are like the same age. So he's football old by now. And he is a receiver. So he's on the other side of on his career, but he's still wide receiver one. Oh, the Bills? Yeah, the Bills are 100% wide receiver now. Browns have an offender at QB. Browns made it. Yeah. I think I read that. But yeah, this definitely makes the Texans my favorite to be the AFC South champions. Depending on how Stroud develops, they probably are they better than the Bengals, like fully healthy? Nah, not yet, right? Because that would make them the second best team in the AFC, right? Because you'd probably go just because they won the Super Bowl and they're returning most of that same team, except maybe Rashee Rice. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't really know how to rate a sophomore slump with Stroud. You can see it coming. It's not like it's going to be shocking if it happens. But like on paper, they're probably the second or third best team in the AFC. For me personally, I think I'd still put the Bengals as number 2, a fully healthy Bengals team. I like Nico Collins. I think he's a good receiver. I'd kill to have a receiver on Nico. Yeah, Diggs is just a typical wide receiver. Do you know the Patriots traded Randy Moss because he was being a diva? Dude, that's just what we're. Justin Jefferson literally said, "You're gonna have to trade T. Higgins. And you can't pay both me and T. I'm not taking no fucking pay cut." He publicly said this in an interview. He said, "Listen, I love T. Higgins and I love this team, but I'm not taking no fucking pay cut. You're gonna have to pay us both top dollar if you want to keep us." Yeah, you literally have to think your shit doesn't stink. It literally is. You have to be unbelievably cocky, or else you just don't have the right like mindset to deal with those corners, who also are some of the cockiest sons of bitches on the planet. These are all dudes who are incredibly fast, that are crazy good athletes. Yeah. The rare examples you can throw at us would be like Julio Jones, Calvin Johnson. It's pretty hard after that. I don't know if I would put Houston. Yeah, I'd say Wes Welker and Edelman were pretty unselfish, but those are pretty rare. Again, those are all the Patriots find them pretty regular, but that's who they look for. 1 year with Randy Moss in New England, he wasn't selfish, but he also caught 21 touchdowns, so he was pretty happy. Houston 2 in the AFC. I remember Baltimore got Henry, and with the new oh yeah, true. The Ravens bolstered that team up, but you guys lost a lot of defense. I want to see how you kind of replace that and get that back going. Bills ain't winning the division. Yeah, the line for the Jets is still a bit of a concern, right? Like, are we to believe that Bills are, or the Jets are just going to draft offensive linemen and not shit their pants and take a receiver in round 1? These idiots are the type to take another receiver. He did the unironic meme, Keith. You're dead to me. No, I appreciate fandom. See, some of you guys would not be able to handle having CJ Gardner-Johnson on your team, because all he does is talk shit. Jets took 2 of Baltimore's offensive linemen. Yeah. Well, then the Lions take Zeitler too. Oh man, good luck, but you're dead to us. You're dead to us. Dude, that's literally the Tiki Barber getting shit on all fucking off season is the funniest thing ever. This is now the second year in a row where Lamar Jackson has led a shit on campaign on a player. Yeah, the Lions got Zeitler Kevin Zeitler to replace Jonah Jackson. Yeah, I don't know how the Lions did it, but they made their already top offensive line way better. Unless you keep going ahead of Maserati Marv, it will be worse than Drake over Mello. Darko over Mello. I don't know why a team. I think it's smoke screens, man. I can't believe there's a singular team that actually thinks that Nabbers is a better receiver than Marv. Yeah, the Lions literally might have the best line like I've ever seen in a long time. That Lions offensive line is absolutely disgusting. Just loaded. Again, they weren't the best pass blocking line. Now they have Zeitler who can, or Zeitler, whatever his name is, guard replacing Jackson, who's one of the better run blockers. Kind of shitty at pass blocking. They replaced him with a guy who can pass block like a motherfucker and run block. Their line got better. I don't even know how they did that. That's crazy. Zeitler. Yeah, I'm not the best with last names. That's fine. He's just he's literally a far higher rated pass blocker than Jonah. I think he's a higher rated guard than Jonah Jackson. Just Jonah's a very good run blocker, and he also played on the same side as Penei Sewell. We'll see how good Jonah Jackson is now that he's not playing next to Penei Sewell and Frank Ragnow. Yeah, you're allowed to chat. You can comment. You can do whatever you want. Like, you got to remember, the Lions aren't just like, was Jonah as good? Like, Jonah was he's a very good lineman, but again, was some of that from like playing next to one of the best centers in the NFL, playing next to the best right tackle in the NFL, who some call the best tackle in the NFL over Trent Williams. That's kind of a subjective thing. I think most people kind of agree at this point Sewell's better than Trent, age and like just the way it looks. But again, that's like fucking toss up. And now that Kelsey's retired, Ragnow probably is the best center in the NFL. So I wonder if Jackson was the beneficiary of that. And even if he played on the left side, it's like he still has Ragnow and Taylor Decker, one of the better left tackles in the NFL. So it's like, was he ever, you know? Probably because Frank's got a bad foot. He needs to get a couple of his toes chopped off. He's got one of them toe injuries where like it's not fixable anymore. I think he's got like the hammered in turf toe where it's like basically, you know how Dion had to get a couple of his toes chopped off? He has like the same thing that Dion's got going on. So Frank's career is on like a time limit here. Like the saddest part is if the Lions do fuck around and actually somehow win a Super Bowl, Frank's probably immediately retiring, along with Decker probably. So yeah, they'll lose two of their better linemen. Dude, LeBron, yeah, his feet are awful. He's gonna lose some of them feet or some of them toes. Yeah. You can tell when someone's got something wrong with their feet to the point where they're going to lose toes as soon as they stop doing athletic stuff. You're like, oh, you know what I'm surprised about? I'm surprised Peyton Manning still has his big toe. Dude, have you guys ever seen what his feet look like after his turf toe battle for fucking a decade? Whoa. I don't know how the fuck he still has that thing. I don't know why they haven't told him just to chop the son of a bitch off and put a prosthetic on like everyone else does. Grab the Orioles, beat the Royals. Hey, congrats, Lore. Your Drino line, Wirfs, Nelson, Powers Johnson, Martin, and Sewell. Oh, you're just like, across the NFL? Yeah, that'd be a pretty good one. Wirfs over Tristan or Trent Williams? Keith, did you guys win again? Lions have a very good shot at winning a Super Bowl. The Lions are like Spears, I hate to say this, but the Lions have a better shot next year of winning the Super Bowl than you guys do. Lions are literally one of the best teams in the NFL right now. Unless some crazy injury hits them. I genuinely, dude, I almost like they're a really good football team. It's really hard. to like pick against them. Do you guys pick before the Bills, Ian? It's just, dude, the Lions are so close. Like, that is such a good football team right now. If they pick up another receiver, that's a scary team. I expect the Baltimore for Stanley have a great return to form here. Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah, you guys got a really good line, Sean. You didn't really need to keep Zietler. Yeah, they choked. They choked. They're a young team that choked in a big game because most of their best players are like second and third year rookies. And it's like none of their best players are on a second contract yet. That's probably their biggest issue. It's like Frank and Ragnow are the only like good players on a second contract for that team. Yeah, you guys will probably get him then. Now that you lost Ridley. No. It wasn't the coaching. It was the offense going ice cold the entire second half until the very bitter end, and the defense completely shitting their pants. That has nothing. Dude, Dan Campbell did his coaching thing the exact way he played all year long. You don't change what has gotten you to the NFC Championship in the NFC Championship. That's how you get your ass beaten in a game like that. Suddenly, imagine if the Lions were just conservative all of a sudden in that game. It would have been like, so they're pussy now? What the fuck? What happened to the team that does crazy things, that catches teams off guard, that keeps the other team on edge with? No, I'm glad they didn't change their identity. They do need to get themselves a kicker. Half the reason they do some of the shit they do is because they don't have a kicker. If the Lions don't sign that fucking kid out of fucking the Michigan Panthers, that Jake Bates kid, the kid they have an advantage with, the guy in their state, at their stadium every day, at their fucking practice field, I think, that kid needs to be a Lion next year. He can hit 60-yard field goals. If the Lions can get a guy who can hit 60-yard field goals, these guys score like almost every drive last year. The Lions rarely punted last year, and we're one of those teams that were on like the other side of the 50 consistently. I feel like if they had that, they would have, I don't know. Yeah, I think they did a lot better on their defense. They added Amik Robertson from the Raiders, a very underrated slot corner he's going to play the slot, the nickel, which allows Brian Branch to move out back to his position, which is free safety, strong safety, which is good. Lions have another great safety in Ife Milifwanu. They have a couple like other good little safeties in the mix. They also signed Carlton Davis. They play man defense. Carlton Davis was the ranked 2 man corner in the NFL last year, and it is ranked number 2 in the NFL overall at man defense at the corner position. Number 1 is L'Jarius Sneed. So the Lions got one of the two for their defense. That's perfect. They probably have to go draft a corner now, seeing as Cam Sutton's gone. But they also have Emmanuel Mosley. If that fucking guy can stay healthy, he's a very good corner. But if he can't, draft a corner, boom. I don't know. I think that's like they signed DJ Reader. That adds that. If Davenport can stay healthy, or they just draft another DE in the second round. I think the Lions have fixed most of the actual holes in the defense. To be fair to the Lions, they went and fixed their defense. Getting Carlton Davis is huge. I personally think, especially when you play man defense. Amik Robertson playing the slot, very, very, very good corner from Oakland. Again, those two guys I think change everything, because again, that moves Branch from slot corner, nickel corner, which is what they were converting him to, back out to slot free safety, where he kind of thrives at. Very, very good pickups. If Davenport and Mosley can stay healthy, the Lions are really solid on defense. But if they can't, they need to get some other guys. DJ Reader is a very underrated signing, because now the Lions can go Reader, and Ali McNeil, Hutch, and Davenport, and that's a very improved defensive line. They're going to go 4-3 man, it sounds like, in Detroit, and that's probably for the best. Or 4-3. Right? Yeah. Maybe they go 5-4-3. Or 5-3-3. Probably what they should do. I think QBs go 1-2-3 and receiver. Cameron, I did agree with that, but I think it's going to be like quarterbacks may go top 5. Or no, I think you're right, actually. I think it's going to go QB. I think the Cardinals actually trade out of that position to like the Raiders. or somebody like that. Just keep your eye on that. And then it goes like wide receiver for the Chargers. Giants probably take a quarterback. So it's kind of one of those. Yeah, I do think the Cardinals wind up trading that pick. But yeah, Keith, I don't know. What do you think about Patrick Taylor signing? Pretty solid signing, Lore. I don't know. You will be pissed at the Lions. No, you shouldn't be pissed at the Lions win a Super Bowl. Want to see the crazy? Look at the box score for Norfolk. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, Laura, you should go look up your team's AAA score. The Lions are looking at Cooper DeJean. Well, that might mean they're not moving. Are they going to play Amik Robertson outside then? I mean, they could do that. Robertson could be the number 2 outside corner, and then they draft DeJean and have him play slot or free safety and have Branch just stay at slot corner. That'd be interesting. Because I don't think DeJean's going to make it as a corner in the NFL. He's a little too like tiny. What's up, George? The NFL does not hate the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, that's about it. But he's probably not going to make it as a corner in the NFL. Georges, I agree with you, but it's just not going to happen, man. I moved on from that reality. We're going to take JJ McCarthy, and there's nothing I can do about it. We're fucked. I've already accepted this. We're going to have shitty JJ McCarthy. Everyone's going to laugh at us, and it's going to suck ass, dude. It's going to be a terrible fucking year. We're going to be set back 5 years. My team's going to be terrible for another. This is what you get for 2 decades of dominance. You get JJ fucking McCarthy. Oh, JJ's going to be the worst first-round pick I've ever seen. It's going to be a disaster. Now, I hope Jacoby just starts the whole season and they cut that fucking dude that we draft. Ugh. I'd take anybody but JJ. Literally anybody but JJ. Like, if we draft Drake May, I'd be so happy. I'd be like, oh, thank God. We didn't get that fucking retard from Michigan. That fucking bust from Michigan. That horrible, horrible bust. That fucking could barely score 14 points a game at fucking Michigan half the time, dude. Oh, what are we doing? Why are we talking about JJ McCarthy? Worst fucking dude, like Zach Wilson was a way better prospect than JJ McCarthy could have dreamed of being, and fucking JJ sucks, and so did Zach. They're the same quarterback. Just JJ's way less athletic and has a worse arm. Blah. No, thank you. At least with Zach, there was actual potential there. He just got fucked. He just got royally fucked. There's nothing there for JJ. Literally nothing. That's just a backup quarterback. What's up, Space? He throws hard. Ooh, fucking who cares? So does Jameis Winston, and he's a backup quarterback too. So does Mitch Trubisky. He's a backup too. Peyton Manning's balls wobbled every time he threw a ball over 15 yards. Yeah, I heard, Space. I feel sorry for you. Have you ever seen Peyton Manning throw a deep ball? His arm sucked. Brady had a way better dude. Peyton Manning's balls would go like couldn't throw that thing hard at all. Fucking garbage arm. Everyone's like, yeah, but JJ can throw it really far and he can throw it 63 miles an hour. Yeah, so can Joe Milton. How come Joe Milton isn't a first round pick? Ugh. I'd rather take Joe Milton with the 3rd pick. At least there's something there. He'd fucking throw it 800 yards. I'm so nervous, dude. Literally anybody but JJ at 3. Literally anybody. I'd rather trade out of the first entirely. I'd take a punter in that 3. At least that's like that. Typical Patriots. You guys don't even know what we just did. We're about to shock the world with this guy. He's coffin corner everything at the 1. I could big up a punter at 3 before JJ McCarthy. If we take JJ and we don't trade all the way down out of the first round and just, keep trading back until the 7th round and get him in the 7th, that's a waste of a pick. Ugh. If I hear at 3, the Patriots take I literally just, I may just end the stream. I literally don't even know if I would want to watch the rest of that draft. How disgusting I'd be. Yeah, who cares about a big arm? Ugh. You're fine. He's probably in legal trouble. Knowing Justin Blackman. Wasn't he suspended for... Yeah, Spears is having a tough day. Space, all we're saying is that we don't really know if you guys are like the preeminent team to win the AFC East right now because your receiving core is a little whack. It's like, well, that was kind of a toss-up. We don't really know who the hell he's throwing to. Hey, what's up, Paranormal? I appreciate it. That's like 5 likes now. No, you're fine. No reason to apologize. Nice to see you, man. Hopefully you're feeling better. Really? Why would Watson want to trade from the Browns? Yeah, we're up at 9 likes. Actually, that's pretty good. Oh, it's just some dude. Is it like a verified person or is it just some person chatting? Bills will be fine. Just hand Fournette for... Yeah, there you go. Just read options with Leonard, with Fournette and Allen. There you go. Yeah, I was going to say, no one's going to take that contract. On Twitter. Nah, that's not a real thing. I think Deshaun really likes playing for the Browns anyway. You're good, Spears. Wouldn't it be crazy if the Bills traded Josh Allen to the Seahawks? You'd be like, oh, damn, dude, they blew the whole thing up. I knew this was going to happen. I don't know why I felt like that. I just had to, I'm like, what if he's a Seahawk? It'd be the craziest fucking 48-hour spin in my life. I don't think there's any good free agent receivers left. The Patriots tried to get them all. Everybody signed. Fucking bullshit ass fuckers. They just picked the team. You know, I just picked a team. You know. Oh, also, Space. We said that I think everyone here kind of agrees. Right now, the Lions are in a way closer spot to win a Super Bowl, and he didn't like that shit. So did Miami. So did fucking a lot of teams lost a lot of people. There's only one undefeated team left in baseball. That's all I have to say. All your teams are losers compared to mine. Fucking just, it's really sad to see, to be honest. Some of you guys root for some terrible baseball teams. That's what I have to say. Only one team could be 4-0, and that's the mighty Detroit Tigers. What have I been saying for years about us being the best team? Tigers finally playing like I've been telling you guys they could. We're finally not taking it easy on you fuckers. We have 2 shutouts already. About to take our spot right back at the throne of MLB. We'd be 6-0 anyway. You know we would be. We're playing the Mets. They can't hit the baseball, and all we do is pitch. Yeah, the Patriots probably should try to max deal CJ Chark. He'd be the best receiver we've had in a while. Diggs? Oh, Spears? Yeah, Spears is cool. Diggs is probably a good person. Because we're saying that they're a better team than the Bills right now. It's like, wow, one of the best teams in the NFL, a team that most people have as like one of the top 4 teams most likely to win the Super Bowl next year. I just don't really know what Diggs is like off the field. He's probably got a lot of charities and stuff he's involved in, so. Yeah, he's injury prone. Yeah, Lions have done a good job at building that team, especially through the draft. That's a very well put together team. And if everybody takes a step forward again, like they did last year, dude, that's scary. They had like what, almost 2, like didn't they have a couple rookies nearly go all pro? Like wasn't I'm pretty sure Sam Laporta was an all pro as a rookie. Gibbs was damn near close. I think a second team for Laporta, definitely, because Kelsey's going to get first team, but somebody did. I may be thinking Pro Bowl again. I think we've been over this. Somebody on the Lions. Oh no, it was the all pro. It was the all rookie team. My fault. My apologies. I thought Laporta was second team all pro. I'd have to look it up. Even following the Diggs trade. Be cool, space. Diggs is a yapper. Yeah, on the field. Yeah, so are all receivers. No, Nicholas, not really. We're just chilling. About an hour in. About 40 minutes in. Yeah, I was gonna say let's wait and see what they look like after you guys just got rid of they got rid of their player. If I remember right, the Lions and Bills had almost the exact same odds at 1,200. '49ers, Chiefs, Ravens, Bills, Lions. I thought Bills and Lions had the exact same odds, but it might have gone more in favor of the Bills, I guess. And that's why I put the Lions ahead of the Bills at that point and said they were 4th. I'm already considering that move. But yeah, I kind of knew it was that order. Stephon Diggs trade shocked me today. I saw it coming. Yeah, I didn't know if it was going to happen or not, Nicholas. Yeah, they're definitely drafting a receiver. We'll see with the Eagles. That offensive regression was crazy last year. You don't want to start wishing injury on people, Spears. That's how you get the karma bug with your very mobile quarterback. You don't want to be doing that. Because Spears, your QB plays a lot like Cam Newton, and you don't want to start wishing injuries. I hope I didn't miss anything people were saying. No, not really. I'm getting everything. The Eagles are fine with leadership. They got a lot of strong personalities in the locker room. The Eagles can win the division, but I don't know how far they'll go in the playoffs. Josh Allen plays a lot like Cam. They nearly play identical. And I think Drake May also plays a lot like Cam Newton. The only difference I think between Cam and Josh is a little bit better of a thrower than Cam was, and Cam obviously a little bit better of a runner. It's like slight, like Cam runs better, Josh throws a little better, but Cam before he fucked his shoulder could launch a fucking football. Yeah, I remember he's 6'8", dude. He was just fucking bloop. Like Cam didn't have a bad arm till he fucked his arm up. Bengals versus Lions. That's where I'm at too, Cameron. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Feels like a breakup for you. The Minneapolis Miracle. Yeah, that's his most iconic play. The like it's like they're the same size, Cam and Josh too. I think Washington's a year or two, like they're gonna need like a build year here. I don't think they're going to be like Houston. Houston had like a unique build. I don't think Washington's going to do that unless fucking Jaden Daniels or whoever they take is like a stud, kind of like Stroud. It's okay, Spears. Lions, the best team in the NFC now, unless fourth down plays constantly fail. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. The 49ers are still really good. They barely lost anybody. And it sounds like they're going to work it out with Ayuk. Donnie Mitchell is most likely to pick because Marvin Harrison, Malik Nevers, Romo Dunze, and Brian Thomas will be gone. Unless the Bills move up, yeah. I don't know what the Falcons are going to do. Maybe defense? I just don't know about Washington being a dark horse team. It's a good they're a team that you could pick as a dark horse because there actually would be a dark horse team. Yeah, I think a good dark horse team would be the Cincinnati Bengals. You mean a team that went 9-8 with a backup quarterback? Yeah, I think that's my dark horse. That's not how that works. Be like picking the Raiders would be a dark horse. I think the Raiders could maybe be a good playoff threat. Good defense, new coach that they really like. It's a good new culture. Maybe the Bills take no, I don't think the Bills are going to take Worthy. Not in the first round anyway. The Tigers? Space? Like in baseball or what sport? You're good, Spears. Yeah, I think so too, Cameron. I think Falcons wind up going edge. My AFC rankings is now Chiefs, Ravens, Texans, Bengals, if Burrow is healthy, Bills, Dolphins, Colts. I think I agree with that. I think, yeah, Donnie Mitchell's interesting. Yeah, because now it's kind of tighter for the Panthers. Maybe the Panthers try to trade in the first round now. Oh, NFL? I have no idea, Space. We still got the draft to go, dude. It was a long way, it feels like. Yeah, they're in the receiver thing. I think they're going to try and go for like a Brian Thomas Jr., but then there's the Jaguars who might also go for him. So most likely like a Donnie Mitchell to Buffalo, unless they move up. Picks 1 through 7. Yep, yeah, Falcons will pick the first defensive player. Imagine the Chiefs fleece the Bills by trading up and drafting a Donnie Mitchell. That'd be so funny. Yeah, they'd just probably get Lad McConkey. I don't know. Especially if the Bengals lose T. Higgins and Boyd. Bengals taking a receiver makes a ton of sense. But they also need linemen. I don't know what they're going to do. Falcons, yeah, they have a good quarterback now. They should at least win all the 1 o'clock games or be a lot better in those. No, I think the Jets will go linemen, probably. They need to, but they're probably going to take a receiver like a bunch of idiots, and it's going to be fun to watch. I think the Bengals may try to trade up for Brock Bowers. I have a really weird feeling about that. Or they'll just... I keep thinking Brock Bowers is going to be this crazy fall in the draft. But we'll see. Might get Bowers. That's how I feel too, Cameron. Who would have thought the Tigers... I thought that, Sean. I knew this was going to happen. Sean, I'm going to be honest with you. Every year I know the Tigers are probably the best team in baseball. But then I see it in their eyes. They're like, not this year. There's a press conference every year that most people don't see. It's never recorded. It's never televised. It's only for fans where they go, we're not going to do it this year. We're going to take it easy on these guys. This year they didn't do that. So you're all fucked now. My boys are back. We're probably the best team in baseball. No one's hitting the ball on us. We got like a 1.32 team ERA right now. And it's going to be a rough year for the rest of your teams. You don't want the Tigers good because I turn into a horrible piece of shit. because I know my team is the best team in baseball, and it's finally showing again. It's nice. We're back to business. What BS? I literally think my team is the greatest team to ever pick up a baseball. The pitching we have is immaculate. The hitting is, it's timely, which is important. I think we can win 90, 95, 100 games this year. I'm starting to change my totals a little bit. Could be a 110 win season. Super Bowl or World Series. I'm sorry, I'm half into football right now. World Series, possibly. People are talking. We may set a shutout record. Like, all bullshit aside, I think the Tigers are going to shut a lot of people out this year. Regardless of where we finish, which is like around 80 wins. I do think that we will have a lot of shutouts. Yeah, what company are making those, Ian? I was trying to see if they have any for the Tigers, but I'm also kind of like waiting for the City Connect because the Tigers comes out May 5th, somewhere like that. Another team we see Brock Bowers is the Colts. I could see it, but don't the Colts have that giant ass tight end? Saints? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. New era. Yeah, I heard they're cooking with the hats lately. They all look really nice, especially the Red Sox caps. One of them was 65. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait to see what the because my team got City Connect, so I kind of want to wait. Yeah, I was gonna talk about that next, actually, Nicholas. Good way to transition there. I agree with you that they should win AL Central, but I don't think let's say this. No, I actually don't think the Tigers should win the AL Central. Sean, I'm just fucking around. I'm just happy to see the Tigers doing what they're doing. And playing good finally in the beginning of the year, because we played good starting in May pretty consistently. In June, even in the years we were really bad, we actually played pretty good in the summer, but they're a terrible April team. Hey Charles, I appreciate you, man. How you doing? I think Nicholas, I do see them leaving. Apparently both the owners, damn, Spears is, that's what Dick stands for. Yeah, Royals have a good young team, but they don't have pitching. And again, they're not, Sean, like I said, they're a better team than they were last year. Was my prediction right? They're a way better team than they were in years past. They're not 30 wins better than they were last year, are they? That's the problem with Kansas City. I think everyone's doing pretty good. The Chiefs, yeah, they were once in Texas. They're probably going to go to Kansas. Yeah, sports betting is legal over in Kansas, and apparently the Hunt family and the Royals owner want to move to Kansas, where they'll build a Superdome with a sports betting thing inside of it and make a lot of money. Missouri, I don't think has legalized sports gambling, and I don't know if they're going to do it. It apparently has something very specific to do with that, and that's why Hunt is trying to kind of coax them to vote. They're happy with the vote no. No, it's not, but it would piss Missouri people off because that's all they got. And like they're throwing away like a potential gigantic downtown. Like I don't get what they're doing. Like the Royals and the Chiefs are like the lifeblood of that fucking state. I don't other than like I don't really know what else they got going on down in Missouri. I don't know why they wouldn't let this build them a metropolis downtown. Yeah, they have the same. Dude, the Cardinals are going to leave too if they don't get a new fucking stadium. If the Chiefs and the fucking Royals, if the Chiefs can't get a new stadium funded, are they really going to fund the Cardinals' new stadium? Busch Stadium's fucking old as shit. Cardinals are probably going, hey, we'd like a new stadium too. They might actually fund the Cardinals. Let's be honest. They might go, we'll fund them, but fuck the rest of them. Wait, what? It's like, yeah, the Cardinals are ours. Suck our dicks. That's the only thing we got to be proud of in this fucking state. And kind of the Chiefs now. These guys have been good since they've been here. Yeah, they won't let the Cardinals leave now that I think about it. They'll fucking fund that stadium. They'll vote yes for the Cardinals. They don't like the Hunt family in Kansas City, in Missouri. By the way, if you know the history, they fucking hate the Kansas City Chiefs in Missouri. They love the team and the success, and they love the players and everything, but they hate the motherfuckers that own the team. The Hunts are probably the most despised owners in sports. Trust me, dude. The only reason they don't get shit right now is because they're winning. But if you knew about the Bengals prior to them winning, holy shit. There's a reason why the only players they keep are Mahomes and Kelsey. And I guess Chris Jones now. They paid 3 guys probably in the last 20 years. There's a reason they won nothing for 50 straight years in the NFL. Then they got lucky as shit with Patrick Mahomes. That's literally the history of Kansas City. We played in the first Super Bowl. I think they won one of the earliest ones. And then nothing for 50 straight years. And then Mahomes showed up and then they won. I just gave you the entire fucking history of the Chiefs. Literally, we played early. 5 decades of being basically the Lions. And then yeah, Bidwell was terrible. Yeah, he literally before Snyder, Bidwell was also awful. I'm guessing that both the Chiefs and the Royals will move to a suburbs in Kansas. Yeah, I think they're gonna go like across to like the Kansas City side of Kansas. They had really good running backs, yeah, but then they wouldn't pay anybody. Just the teams were garbage. Yeah, the Bidwell shit was crazy too. Bengals and Bucks have best uniforms. Yeah, they're pretty clean. I think the Lions and Patriots have very good throwbacks. The Reds that the Patriots have, those are really clean. Yeah, I'll try Spears. I've just been very busy. Missouri Chiefs. Yeah, Bush is nice still, but they'll probably want a new one soon. Yeah, at some point, Spears. I've just been kind of busy with a bunch of stuff. Yeah, they hit on running backs, but it didn't. Again, they don't pay nobody. They didn't have good teams around these guys. They didn't win nothing with those guys. It's just, you know what I mean? It's like one of those things where it's like, yeah, those are all great. And Larry Johnson's hilarious these days. Fucking lost his mind. Yeah, they're you know, fucking winning 7, 8 games a year. That's pretty good. Kind of crazy Kansas City is yeah, I know. You'd think that they were in Kansas, not Missouri. Most likely they'll be in Kansas City soon, the Missouri side. Or the Kansas side. I don't know. I guess your first instinct might be that the Royals play in Kansas City or in Kansas, but just because the Cardinals are already over there, you wouldn't think that Kansas City, Missouri is a big enough city for 2. Like I knew the Chiefs played in Missouri. And I because I hate on the Royals, I knew they played in Missouri, but I could see how you might not know about the like. Yeah, they share the city. It's basically 2 halves of a city, Missouri and Kansas. They both have Kansas City, and it's like they sit like right there. It's like here's Kansas City. We both get half. I think they border the cities together. Yeah, it's like a shared city kind of. Oh, another speeding Dana. That's so Rashi was probably like, how do you get around so quick? You think he's gonna get a really big suspension? I don't know. Missouri people are just pissed, but they also don't want to fund a giant ass stadium. So I dig it. Fuck the Hunts. They're billionaires. Pay for it themselves. And they're like, we're gonna leave. So that kind of sucks, but oh well, happened to St. Louis, so NFL should have never let that shit happen like that. Like I understand moving cities because shit falls apart like it is in Oakland. But like specifically just because they won't build you a new stadium. Like, fuck you. You shouldn't be allowed to do that to a fucking fan. Like, fuck that. Like that is the one thing I'm just like, oh, they should take away your team when you do stuff like that. Royals with Kansas, but it feels weird to associate with Missouri. Yeah, that's what I mean. The Royals and Missouris are weird. Yeah, dude, they just want a free stadium. It's fucking bullshit. And then charge fucking everybody to use it whenever they fucking. It's like, hey, the city paid for that. Can we use it? Yeah, pay me. Like, oh, fucking piece of shit. I would deliver to FedEx in Kansas City, Missouri, and pick up Conway in Kansas City, Kansas. See, that's what I mean, Sean. It's a little confusing, but kind of fun. Have a good night, Spears. Hopefully you have a better day, man. You guys will be okay though. Don't worry too much about it, Spears. You have a good night, man. And make sure you guys check out Spears' channel too. He's trying to grow his little YouTubes. We're all trying to grow our little tubes. Make them good. Hopefully people watch them. And we have 12 likes. They're pretty good. Good night. About to get about 50 views on the VOD. Pretty good. No, that's not my feel on it, Ian. St. Louis was doing just fine with the team. Why should the people of St. Louis have to foot the bill for a stadium? Why can't the owner just build his own fucking stadium? And then maybe I don't know. There's a whole thing to it. I don't want to get into like the politics of like, should the city build it? Should the owner? I'm okay with the owners, with the city paying for it, because I do think there's a small gain for the city to do that. But also, like, I just don't like them threatening to like pull the team for it. It's like, fuck you. I think that's a dog shit ass move, and I don't think the league should let that happen. Like, I don't think the St. Louis was having any trouble supporting the Rams. But again, you know, St. Louis probably doesn't need fucking 8 fucking sports teams in it. So, well, the fucking Tampa Bay needs to get relocated. Fucking no one shows up to that. Like, Tampa Bay doesn't deserve to have a sports team. Like, not a fucking baseball team. There's like 30 guys that show up to them Rays games. The fact that they were having trouble selling playoff tickets is, yeah, they got to get rid of that team. They just don't care. Are they getting a new stadium? Dude, they're going to get moved before dude, are they? When are they going to build it? They better build it soon, because the MLB is about to fucking force move that team. Like, the Rays are in trouble. They're going to move that fucking team yet. Like, the MLB is more prone to move than to approve them getting a new stadium in Florida. And the attendance numbers are horrific. Miami just gets by. They squeak the fuck by because they'll like be spurty good, and then everybody's like, well, we'll go see the Marlins. Because again, their baseball stadium isn't located in the middle of nowhere like Tampa the Rays are. That's San Diego Chargers, St. Louis Rams. San Diego is not. That one's weird. I don't know. Just the whole thing's confusing. Oakland relocating now. Yeah, the A's. Yeah, but don't Jazz games sell out pretty good? I don't think the NFL will move it anywhere, or the NBA would move it anywhere. Rays, Tampa, the MLB is threatening to take the Rays away from Tampa because nobody shows up to Rays games. I think they want to build a new stadium in St. Pete too, so it would have the same problem. Yeah, exactly. It'd be the same problem as Tropicana Field because it's the St. Pete's. No, it's literally just sales. Nobody goes to see the Rays play. They'd have if they moved the Tampa Bay Rays up to Montreal, they'd fucking like 10x their like fan base, like almost 100x their fan. They'd probably fucking 100x that fan base because dude, like I cover a lot of baseball games, and I can kind of like judge how teams are like based on the streams. Like teams with more fans, the streams do way better. Like the Rays games are like my worst streams. Like I don't know Rays fans. Like I don't know a singular guy who's like, oh, Tampa Bay Rays are my favorite team. Like there's like guys on Twitter, but it's like, oh, it's a dog shit stadium. It's literally dog shit. Everybody hates playing there. It's Jags do good in attendance, dude. It's literally just the Rays. Like that's the only team I think that should be stripped of their fucking like of their baseball team because nobody shows up. There's no fans. They all prefer the Marlins in Miami or in Florida. Don't know how that happened. The fucking Rays are a way better baseball team, but everybody in that state prefers the Marlins. They do not fuck with that Rays team. They don't even like if they played in Tampa Bay, they may do way better. But like, you know, one guy. The Rays are your second favorite team behind the Reds. Yeah, see, like nobody like hate. I don't know. It's just dog shit stadium. No one shows up. They're gonna get moved. The best thing they could do is pray to God the MLB approves their stadium and tells them to move it a little closer to Tampa and build this new stadium, and maybe. Does Tampa do the Bucks play in Tampa Bay? That's probably a good idea. Except the only team that shouldn't play in their city is the Detroit Pistons. Them dudes have been terrible since they moved back to Detroit. They should go back to the Palace. Get your bitch asses back up to Auburn Hills. You're way better up there. Pistons moved back down to Detroit. Garbage. Ever since, like literally the day they moved down, they've just been an abomination. We need to send their asses back up to fucking Auburn Hills. Maybe they'd be good again. Fucking losers. If Kansas City moves, I'm almost thinking they'd end up in Austin or San Antonio. I've heard Dallas bantered about because again they are from there. The Bad Boy Pistons. I hope they now they're the soft boy Pistons. Charles, they're a bunch of softies that can't beat nobody. 10 minutes from downtown. See, that's a good place to be. I'm surprised the Rays aren't like around that area. A lot of football fields and baseball fields are like right next to each other. It's like a good they work together. They build parking together and well, there's no place really for teams in New York to play really. They kind of have to play out like outside of it or like a little outside of the city. It'd be really hard to play in Manhattan. I'm sure they could do it, but it just wouldn't work. Yeah. I was gonna say, I know the Rangers are a Dallas team. Nashville, yeah, 100%. No, the Rays wouldn't have to trade owners. The owners would still be the current. I think they just moved the team. No, I don't think the owners should be stripped of. It's not their fault even. I just think it's like a very unfortunate situation with like where they're located. Nashville could use one. Salt Lake City could use one. I think those are the two teams the MLB wants teams in. Like those two cities are. Didn't Manfred say those are the two number one and number two cities for an expansion? If nobody gets moved, those are the two number one and number two locations. They do very good with their minor league team, and they also do very, very well with their Jazz. I'm pretty sure they could fill a baseball field. Yeah, they'd probably go to Nashville though. Yeah, Charlotte might get one. I would imagine Charlotte probably gets one, just because I don't think there's a pro team in the Carolinas. No, they only have minor league teams in Tennessee. But I think number one is Nashville. Nashville's going to get a team, and then it's probably a toss-up between Salt Lake and Carolina, where they probably Carolina gets it just because they also have a NFL team. Just put them next to the Panthers. The Carolina Panthers do really well, so the Carolina, whatever the fuck they're going to call them. Like South Carolina, Columbus, like Columbus, South Carolina. You could put them there. Yeah, they could use some more baseball teams in the South. I'm surprised there isn't more teams in the South. Yeah, think about it. It's like minor league baseball central in the South. It's where they put all the minor league teams and shit. And then all like the good cities got the major league ones. Well, that's because also population issues in the South. There's not a lot of people down there compared to Birmingham. Birmingham's interesting because like there's always like the theory of like wanting to put a pro sports team in Alabama, but it's like, oh, we don't know how this will do. Yeah, because Charlotte's probably going to get a team and probably Nashville the other. Yeah, that's probably right. Salt Lake City is gonna eventually get a team. I could see them being a team that gets the A's. Well, never mind. Vegas is getting the A's. I could see them getting like the Rays. Salt Lake City is gonna be a team that gets a team on a move. Ian, we know this. That's why I said pro sports is very hard. That's why they always kind of look at fucking Birmingham and go, "We're gonna put a team there." No. Nah. Real Salt Lake. Yeah, I would imagine so. Again, I like Salt Lake because it's again. They'd probably both be National League teams, to be honest with you. And then you just move the Brewers to the American League. That sounds right. Just move a team to the American League to balance it. Move two to the or something like that. I think you just move two to the American League. I think the Brewers could be an American League team. Twins are already American League. Maybe the Rockies would do better if they slipped out to the American League West. And then do like a slight realignment. So like I guess move the Rockies and the Brewers over. But yeah, it'd work. There's a bunch of ALS teams. I think getting the Brewers out of that division helps it a lot. A little over a year, they have a lot of people who will show up because they have. That's what I mean. There's a lot of people in Salt Lake, and they ain't got much to do if it's cold or if they've seen the mountains already. Might as well go watch some baseball. I think so. I think it's going to expand soon. Nope, Alaska's too far away. You'll probably get a team in Mexico or more teams in Canada before fucking Alaska. Aren't parts of isn't now I may sound stupid, Ian, but like aren't parts of Alaska farther away? No. The ocean's huge. I stopped myself from saying something retarded. I'm not gonna finish that. I wonder if the furthest point of Alaska is further away from parts of Europe in America, like the main continental United States. I know Alaska's very close to Russia, so it's kind of like minor league team B is already in Salt Lake. Not sure if they. Yeah, they'd have to get a new stadium in there. Yeah, I couldn't. I had to do it, Ian. I might as well just finished it. But that's not that crazy because, like, if you take the Florida Marlins and they got to go play the fucking Anchorage Bobcats or whatever the fuck they'd be called, like, is that farther away than, like, say if they just went to England or like Spain from Florida, or just from Florida over to fucking Spain to England? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like, but then I'm like, oh, the ocean's there. But I'm like, I don't know. Alaska's like really fucking far away, man. I feel like, isn't it a shorter flight to fly to England from America than it is to fly to fucking Alaska? Yeah, I just don't know. I feel like it's probably crazy close. Like, I bet you in the NFL, it's shorter for them to go to fucking Europe, to London, than it is to go to Alaska. I won't swear to that though. Miami is closer to London than Anchorage. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, it's pretty much what I thought. Like, the only thing where it would probably be closer is like West Coast teams, and even then, it's like maybe. Baltimore's AAA team used to be in Ottawa. That's crazy. Seattle, yeah, that's what I. Oh, so yeah, so Seattle's probably closer to fucking London than Anchorage too. Wait, Seattle's only 2.5 hours to Alaska. See, it's all varied, dude. It's crazy. Damn, so I wasn't crazy to think that Miami's further, there's closer to London than Anchorage. All right, I wasn't crazy. I was like, that's stupid. No, that's not that stupid, right? Alaska's far the fuck away. Vancouver, probably not. There's not a lot of people in Vancouver. They're about 300 miles closer to London than Anchorage. Okay, that's what I thought. Miami to Seattle, 6.5 hours. Miami to London is 8.5. Yeah, those are minor league. There's just there's problems with population. That's the same reason why I don't think Tampa should have a team, is the population issues. And just no one watches them, and they put the team in St. Pete like idiots. Like, it's just, the whole thing just was a failure from the start. Someone said they built a stadium and just didn't put a team in there, and then they put a team in there, and it was like, eesh. Yeah, that's a problem. And there's Alaska sucks. Like, that's why they can't put a team up there. And again, population. I bet you the last thing that people want to do is go watch sports games. Like, oh, let's go watch the Patriots come up and play. Like, they've already got favorite teams and shit anyway. Like, they're like, I'm good. We don't need a team up here. Fuck, I ain't rooting for them. But we've been fucking Steelers fans for generations in this family. Maybe, but they're like, the problem is, most of Alaska's population, aren't they, like, outside of like the natives that live up there, aren't a lot, isn't like 90% of that shit like passerbys and people who live there for like 3-4 years at a time then leave? A lot of fishermen live up there for short periods of time. Like, I don't, they not have like they don't have a crazy stable population, do they? Get the natives in there. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, they'd probably put a team in Hawaii before they put a team in Alaska. Yep, pretty much space. Team in certain areas is like where they put. Yeah, you have to put the minors. Yeah, that's another problem. Alaska goes so far to the west it becomes east, passing the international down. Yeah, yep. Alaska's a little different than the rest of it. It was like a gift. Pretty sure Alaska was a gift to the United States. They're like, here, you guys can have this. And we're like, okay. My history isn't the best, but like, I'm pretty sure we're just given that. We're like, sweet. We got a whole trunk of fucking dog shit up here. But I could be wrong. I wanted to move to Alaska, but at like 11 square foot house is 5 to 700K. Jesus. Yeah, because the people that live up there, it's expensive. And again, you're buying very like wanted land because people live up there for work, very specific kinds of work. They make a lot of money up there. Probably just terrible, even when it's not winter weight. Yeah, because they're all like fucking rich on gold and shit up there. It's a hilarious place. The cost of living up there is so high because everybody has a fuckload of money. Because they all like mine gold and shit, and they're like fishing for, dude, some of these fishers will go out and bring in like $3-4 million hauls of crab and shit. It's just like, what the fuck? But like they're like, yeah, but every year someone dies. Yeah, it's like the cost of everything's stupid. Everyone up there has stupid amounts of money too. There's a blue high school team in Alaska. That's kind of cool. God damn, dude, I'd hate to live in Alaska. Like with Baltimore, all minors teams are in Maryland except a Norfolk, but that's like for, yeah, I was gonna say that's in like Virginia, right? What, Ice Road Truckers wasn't real? Yeah, no, there's plenty of places I'll never go to. Like, I have no reason to ever go back to Alabama. That place fucking looks like it sucks, dude. Um, just several places I just wouldn't want to go to. There's a lot of like shitty animals in Alabama I don't like. Like most of the South. I just don't want to go to most of the South. I'm like, get down there. I just moved to Oregon if I wanted to run away from my family. You don't like Marquette? Why? I like Alabama either. Birmingham is okay, but Southern Alabama, yeah, dude, it's fucking dog shit full of terrible fucking animals. Fucking, fucking snakes all over the place and fire ants. Carolina, I hate Carolina. It should be a better state, but they got the craziest state legislature. It's fucking wild. Nothing to do in Idaho. Be boring. Like, oh, cool, mountains. I'm gonna go to Colorado where they got fun mountains. See ya. I think you could put in a MLB team in a country. Yeah, pretty much, Sean. Mississippi. I've never been to Mississippi. I think I've been through Mississippi, so I can't really say much. I want to go to Toronto. I want to go to Canada soon. See what's going on up there. Never been. And I live very close. I could probably get there in like 20 minutes. No, not 20 minutes, a couple hours. Yeah, and I know how to get to Canada. It would take me 5 seconds, dude. Not literally, but you know what I mean. It's not that hard. I just got to update my license. Get one of them fancy Canada go to Canada license. So weird to live in a border state though, because it's just like, yeah, I can get a fancy license that lets me go in between America and Canada. Come in the summer, it's pretty sweet. Everything sucks until the summertime though. I like going under tunnels. I think they're cool as shit. I'm like, ooh, look how fucking fancy we are as a species. We have fancy tunnel hole. It's a way to remind me that we're just animals, but we just got bigger brains than the other idiots. They'd probably make concrete too if they knew how to do what we do. I like tunnel travel. Especially in a place where you don't really live with big ass fault lines like Michigan. We're lucky we don't live with fault lines, so tunnels are very possible around here and very awesome. Not, you know, there's fault lines, but they're like fucking like grade 2 earthquakes or whatever. like 1.75 on the Richter scales. Embarrassing. Yeah, Canada's up there. I'll be pretty close if I can get into Marquette, or not Marquette University, but Northern Michigan. I'll be pretty much right there on Canada. I'll be living on Lake Superior, which would be pretty cool. Sea Superior, really. It should be an inland sea. I'm surprised this shit's not reclassified. We're trying to get that shit changed from a lake to a sea, but I just don't get it. Like, I don't think there's very few inland seas bigger than fucking Lake Superior. I don't that should be a sea. I think it's almost as big or bigger than the Mediterranean Sea, so I don't really get why we can't classify that shit as Sea Superior or the Superior Sea. Well, I hope they can get it done. Again, I hope they can get it done. I don't want to see the Rays lose it and they maybe have a closer in Tampa Stadium, but it's just, I just don't see it working. Chicago is windy. Well, yeah, of course it is. So is Michigan. Yeah, that's why I love Michigan. It's it's a very important state that I live in here. You guys don't understand. We control a lot of power up in this state. We got these lakes pretty well fucking figured out too. We already got weird, because like if Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Ohio, and Buffalo seceded from New York and joined us with parts of Canada, we could form one of the craziest conglomerates in a breakdown situation. Like the Great Lakes states could all just go like and just be like, all right, now you guys don't know what to do, huh? We got all this fucking space. We got Canada, our buddies up here. We got Minnesota. We got fucking Wisconsin. We got Illinois. We got Ohio, kinda. We got Indiana as a buffer. Yeah, those states would form a Great Lakes Union and probably just fucking be one of the wealthiest places on the planet, if not on the planet, but like they do very well. Yeah, we can just throw them idiots out. Okay, I'm fine with that. They can't join. We'll just take part of Buffalo for that. Just because, you know, they're solid. Buffalo's got solid people. And I think part of Erie's in Buffalo, so we got to let them in. They got part of the say, so. It's basically states that have some access to the fucking lakes, and they have like some diplomatic control over it with Michigan. Those are the only ones we'll let into the mix. Everyone else can go fuck themselves. Yeah, I want to see Canton too. Nope, not at all. Michigan and New York are really close. We're only like 3-4 hours away. If you cut through Canada, you can get to You can get to New York pretty quick. Yeah, that's not very far at all. Like, it's shockingly not far away. We'll build our head. Yeah, Cedar Point will be the capital. Hell yeah, Ian. I'm glad we're on the same page at this one. Illinois, Ohio, Michigan, and the Canadian province. No, it'd just be called the Great Lakes Union. The Great Lakes. It'd probably just be called like Superior. It'd just be hell yeah. It'd just be like the name of the place. It'd just be called hell yeah. We got all the water. And then we could shut off all the access to the Mississippi because that shit funnels out and we just chunk. No more Mississippi. That shit's going to dry up. Goodbye, fucking garbage Mississippi and Missouri. You better start paying tithes to us if you want your precious fucking Mississippi fill. We'll cut the water off. How much shit comes out of Michigan, out of those rivers? We're basically bleeding this whole fucking country with water. We got Lake Mead in California for like a year. Let's dry up again. Yeah, the hilarious misbalance of Michigan. Just how hilarious how Michigan has all the water in the United States. Wisconsin's, I'd go to Wisconsin too. We're just fucking around, Vincenzo. Basically, about how like the Great Lakes states in a U.S. breakdown situation have an like a inordinate amount of power because they have the pretty much like 4 states have all the access to like the entirety of the Great Lakes. Just like Michigan, Ohio, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and like parts of Buffalo pretty much could just run shit, dude. They'd be a nuisance. Because they'd be like, we could just shut off all the access from our rivers, and now they all fucking dry. You know, it's pretty nice. Michigan strategically is a great place to be from. The people of Buffalo will take care of the people of Rochester. We don't have to worry about that. We'll let the Buffalo people decide what happens to them fuckers in New York, the East Coast bastards. They have their ocean. The only thing is we'd have to make peace with the people of Kansas and Iowa. I was too young to see Cecil play, unfortunate. I think we should make peace and let Iowa and probably Kansas into the group because they got the farmland. You know what I'm talking about, Ian. We might let them in. We take Iowa under our protection. Like, listen, Iowa, you guys keep growing our food for us. And Kansas, you better learn how to fucking farm. Fuck Nebraska. Every major city in Florida has beaches except Orlando. Yeah, the problem is the same problem. Like, desalinization just is not cheap yet. At some point, they'll get it figured out, but ugh. But don't be fooled. Lots of raw sewage goes into the Great Lakes every rain. Yeah, that's fine. Great Lakes are fine. Some of the cleanest water on this earth. We just boil it and we're good to go. We don't even have to do it hard. We just filter it. That region will go fucking broke really fast. I would not. Dude, Vincenzo, the South region will be invaded by Mexico in the South Americas. Like, Texas in its own would not last. It'll be immediately invaded by Mexico, fucking, like, a whole bunch of them states down there that want revenge for the... I would not want to be in Texas if America broke apart. I'd be like, oh, fuck, we're getting invaded by Mexico. And then the war between Mexico and Texas breaks out. That's a real thing, by the way. The only reason Mexico won't attack Texas is, you know, they're part of America. That's my honest belief about that, because it feels like they don't like each other. I don't got no reason to believe that, but, you know, it's... The mighty... Yeah, of course it is. No, America's better together, but if I say this is if it breaks down, which I don't think America will, not in our lifetime. Ian, I agree too. Let them have it. I think we should just let them have it now. Be like, hey, see you later, Texas. Good luck. You guys can't even keep the shit we gave you. Have fun. You guys won't have fun speaking Spanish. By the way, you're not welcome in America. We're building the wall around that dog shit ass state of yours. Ugh. Make sure we build a nice, big, expensive wall around them too. Keep them out. I want them stupid Texans coming in once they get invaded. I don't know, Space. I don't know. I think the people of Texas might win that war again. Space, I don't think that happened. I think the people of Texas would win that. Wouldn't be easy. They'd be very close to a fail state, but they'd win that battle, I think. The more I think about it, I'm like, man, they'd probably win that shit. They're armed to the teeth in that state. It'd be close. It almost feels like it'd be a toss-up, to be honest. Like, could Texas take on a whole military? Maybe. They got so many guns in that fucking state. I don't think Texas could actually survive as its own state. They don't have, like, they'd have to import food. And I think that's where their problems start. They start having problems really quick. Plus, like, if the U.S. decides to, like, seize their oil fields, which they 100% would, and there isn't much shit Texas could do about that. Those are the U.S.'s oil fields. They're not like fucking Texas's. That's our oil. You like that? Hey, Texas, guess whose oil that fucking is? That's our oil, bitch. We fucking gave you all this shit to fucking drill there. Okay, that's ours. We're gonna come take that. That's not an export of this fucking land. So that wouldn't happen. They'd be fucking, Texas would be in trouble. California maybe, yeah, because they can grow their own shit. And California, we kind of need California in America. We kind of need that state. Texas, Again, the U.S. would just go get all of its stuff back. What's up, Kenny? How you doing? I'm doing good. Hell yeah, Kenny. Best team in baseball. We've been telling people for years. I don't know. I'm not the best with geopolitical stuff, to be honest. Politics aren't my forte. I'm probably saying a bunch of wrong stuff. I have no idea. I hope we don't have this happen. And if it does break apart, I just hope it's just nice and easy. Everybody gets along still. We're just two different countries. Would be pretty cool. Yeah, I have a very, very normal fucking view on the world. I think very, like, in line with how most people think about things in politics. To be honest, I'm pretty good with that one. Again, I don't really like the extremes. I don't really care for their opinions. I generally have a pretty good idea how most people think, I think. Again, there's going to be some small differences. Yeah, I agree. I hate losing too. It's the worst. You guys want to hear my Marcus Mariota joke? You know how it says Mariota is the first quarterback that's going to ever wear 0 in the NFL? It's like, oh, that's pretty cool. What a cool thing for Marcus. He's also the very first player in NFL history to openly wear his talent level as his number. Thank you. That was pretty good. He said that he's going to display his talent level. It's a good joke. Texas is also divided by rednecks and Mexicans. They're not so different, the rednecks and Mexicans. In a generation or two, they're basically the same people. Fuck, their kids are basically like some of the most conservative people in the country. They fit right into old Texas in about a generation. At least that's how it seems to me anyway. Damn, it's 12:30. What the fuck? Well, time flies by when you're having fun, folks. Yeah, I think most of that Southwest and West Coast is. We took a lot of land from the Mexicans. How the schedule fell, Kenny. I really took it. We won it in wars and shit, but you know. however you want to describe it. We won. We won fair and square. Our fault. Our fault. They never had smallpox. We didn't know that shit. You know, back then they probably assumed everybody had had smallpox at some point. My favorite thing is them saying that they purposely tried to give all these people smallpox. And they had such a shitty understanding of what smallpox was, the Europeans still, that they apparently they did try to give a blanket to one group or a couple blankets. But again, that's not how fucking smallpox travels. And they're just like, here's some blankets. And if that was real, apparently they then seen the guys like a couple days later. Like, none of these people, I don't even think germs were invented or discovered, until the 1900s? Did that shit on purpose. They didn't even know how that would have worked. Now, if they knew how it would have worked, would they have done it? Maybe. But I don't know. There's no real evidence that they would have just genocided them. No, not really, Vincenzo. I haven't seen anything dependable. I've seen one thing very early in the off season, or like recently, before the season started, and let me see if I can find it. His new ballpark rendering. Yeah, is this one? This is the one that's like the one, because it's supposed to be styled after like an opera house. This is basically what they want to do. To be right there, it kind of look like that. It's a very nice looking building. It looks like it's a fully retractable roof, which is idea. Yeah, this is the reliable way that they do it. No, Oakland isn't a terrible franchise. That's kind of a silly way to look at that. But no, these are the ones that are reliable. And they'd have the expandable roof like that. This is from MLB. Yeah, this is crazy. No, they just be the A's. Oh, why would you rebrand, dude? The A's are a classic franchise, one of the better ones in league history, one of the more iconic names in the MLB's history. No, you'd stay the Las Vegas Athletics. You never change, dude. You do not want to give up the Athletics name. No. That is a classic, like, iconic name. You gotta remember, like, a lot of people really love the Oakland A's, dude. They have like a crazy good fan base. A lot of players in the MLB really like the Oakland Athletics. So for a lot of these guys, it's sad. Like, you see a lot of people wearing like fucking protest bands, like on the team, because a lot of these guys like go and sign with Oakland because they're like Oakland A's fans. It's almost like a baseball player's, like, if you really like baseball, you really like the A's. It's like this weird, I don't know what it is. Probably. I heard Nashville and Charlotte are becoming more Moneyball. Like, they just have a rich history. Just something about the A's. It's just something weird about it. I can't really describe it. I even have like that same, like, it's just like, man, I can't believe they're doing this to the A's. I think people just really like the Athletics. It's just something about them as like a baseball team to like baseball fans. It's like, wow. They're supposed to be like that team that gets really good in July and annoys the fuck out of everybody. And now they're just not that. And it's kind of fucking depressing. Like, man, can we move them and get them to a place where they can go back to being that team? Jose was super influential on the steroids, and like, Ricky Henderson was is like one of the most iconic players ever, probably the greatest base stealer ever. You know, they of course Moneyball, and they kind of innovated the way you think about numbers in baseball today. They kind of created looking at like OPS and slugging percentage. They were looking past the average, and you know what I mean. Like they were a very innovative baseball team. They're very important for the history of the game. So kind of like Red Sox with the pitching in 2004. They kind of like revolutionized a few. Excuse me. I don't know. Like Pedro Martinez and Kurt Schilling and them were doing something. I don't remember what they did to build that rotation, but they looked at like something other than just like ERA to build it. Were the A's the first team that started calculating WAR? I'm pretty sure they were. They're like team number. It was either them or the Red Sox that was using WAR first, and it like catapulted them to crazy. I think it was the Red Sox. WAR feels like it would have came out of MIT or Harvard or some fucking stupid bullshit. They hired one of them super fucking nerds who grew up a major fan of those sports teams, and that was that. That's a real thing, by the way. That's why the Red Sox were probably so good in the early 2000s, because they were one of the first teams that were like hiring these like weird statistician guys out of like these top fucking colleges like MIT and Harvard and like Princeton. Like they were trying to get all of them that they could and like build up like this super analytics department, and then teams were copying that. Maybe the A's kind of did it. Yeah, dude, the Red Sox literally went insane. Like, I'm right about this, by the way. They still do this to this day. Like all Boston sports teams do this. They literally go, they like scour these schools. They're like, would you like to come work for the Red Sox? How would you like to come work for the Patriots? And that's why you always see like a ton of like league executives or like guys who get like who become GMs, like always tied to like Boston. Like from probably 2000 to like 2015, I would say. Like you see a lot of guys come out of like the Boston area for like GM stuff. Like they get their start at like Harvard or like MIT, and then they get noticed by maybe they're like an assistant to like an assistant for like the Patriots, and it's fun to follow it. Anyway, that's about it for me, guys. It's been about 2 hours, so it's almost 12:45. Hope you guys enjoyed the little stream. It was a fun stream for me. If you didn't catch most of it, you can always just rewind it. But I appreciate it. It was a fun stream. It was pretty well busy for most of the night. It just kind of died right now, so good time to naturally wrap it up. I'm also getting kind of tired. I will be live again tomorrow afternoon. You know, that's pretty obvious, but only for a little bit. The no stream tonight, and then Friday we'll play some MLB The Show. Plus we have a baseball game that night or that day. So that'll be fun. All right. Well, that's about it for me, guys. You guys all have a great night. Thanks again for a fun stream. As always, it's go Lions, go Patriots, and of course, it's go Tigers because it's baseball season. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.